Embroidery is an art form where you use thread or wool to decorate a piece of fabric. Humans have been doing embroidery for thousands of years, and now the craft is seeing a resurgence. Joining us now is embroidery artist Zena van der Poel. Good morning, Zena.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Now, when I think about embroidery, I think about my grandmother. She loved doing this, and some of these pieces, they're not as complicated. They're pretty simple pieces when you think about Granny's work, but you are well above that. Tell us how you even got started on this embroidery journey.
I mean, first of all, I'd like to say that what grandmothers do is still very complicated as well. It's just a kind of different kind of needle craft.
Yeah.
What most people know is like cross stitching or needle point, and this form of embroidery is more of like a free form kind. And I got started, I've always been interested in crafts. As a kid, I loved to draw and do crafts. And over the years, I kind of stopped doing that. Like, life happens, school happens, and I would just use like Christmas or birthdays as an excuse to make something.
Okay.
And then the pandemic happened, and I realized that I needed to make something. I needed to make things with my hands in order to stay sane.
So you did struggle with your mental health, and this helped put some peace in your heart and in your mind.
Yeah, like I started making gifts for family and friends overseas.
Wow.
Because it's hard being away from people, and it really helped me feel like I was at least doing something. And giving gifts is so much fun.
And it's just fascinating too, because embroidery is an ancient art form, and it's seeing a resurgence. What have people been telling you? Are they interested in your pieces and want to learn how to do it?
Definitely. They either react with, "I've tried embroidery," ... indicating that they really did not enjoy it, which is fine. Like, not every craft is for everyone. And other people are really interested in like how to create these things. I mean, there are so many different kinds of stitches and ways to create what you want to create.
So we're going to make the beautiful Canada symbol here, of course, and you got me started. And
yeah, I got both of us started.
It doesn't take a lot of money to get started with this either, right?
No, I started with a little sewing kit that you get to mend your clothes with, and like an old-fashioned cotton handkerchief that I found in my craft supplies.
Yeah.
And that's really all you need. The hoop that holds the fabric is really just to make things easier for yourself. So it holds the fabric nice and taut, and yeah, it just makes the stitches look more neat, and it just makes everything easier.
So the point here is you go underneath and then you go backwards instead of frontwards, right?
Yeah. What we're going to do is the back stitch, which is usually the first stitch that people learn, and it's perfect for creating line work like this, or like names or quotes if you want to stitch letters.
Sometimes you have to try a few times.
Exactly. I have to poke myself on a daily basis. I still do. So yeah, you go up about a stitch length, so usually about a 1/4 inch or smaller, and then you go back into where you ended your last stitch.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a simple way to start, but some of your pieces are not simple at all. They look like art.
I mean, the elements of it are still easy. They're just put together in a more complicated way.
Wow, but these look like actual photographs. It really is an art form, and people can commission you and hire you to do their pet or their favorite animal or something fun like that.
As you can tell, I just love stitching animals. It's like 95% of what I do. I mean, if you're going to stare at something for hours on end, it better be something that makes you happy. And for me, it's mostly animals. So yeah, I do a lot of pet portraits.
Beautiful work. If somebody wants to commission you, or they want to see some of your work and purchase it directly, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, and my handle is @Nuland Crafts. That's NUland_crafts.
Okay, and then you will be set up at 2 spring markets as well that are coming up, which will also be on your Instagram account if somebody is interested in commissioning you or even purchasing some of these pre-made items. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful work indeed. Thank you.